Hi everyone, welcome to the Lotus Goddess Divine Love. Hope everyone's doing well. And I'll be starting with the general reading and we'll see what messages comes through. So the first thing I can see here with this Divine Masculine, whoever this resonates for, um, Divine Masculine, something has happened behind this Divine Masculine's back. It has to do with something that he worked very hard on. I can see here that there were like certain things that the Divine Masculine has worked towards and has obtained. I feel like they were small goals that this Divine Masculine had achieved. Um, Not big goals, but small goals. One of them I feel and I see here, it has to do with the Divine Masculine having pride in some material possessions. So what I see here, it has something to do with the vehicle. So Divine Masculine, he put a lot of pride into, I feel like he purchased a vehicle which he put a lot of he had a lot of pride, he put a lot of work into it. I feel like he may have painted this vehicle or made some kind of like alterations to make it look the way Divine Masculine wanted it to look. It was something that he felt very proud of, that it was something he always dreamt of owning. Um, and another thing I can see here is that when it comes to the karmic energy, this karmic energy may have shared this same vehicle with the Divine Masculine. I feel like they may have taken the Divine Masculine's car for a ride. Um, and I can see here that it has something to do with damages that was done. Um, it could have been that the karmic may have scratched up his car in some sort of way. Either it could have been intentionally or it could have been through some sort of accident. Um, Let me just pull out some charms because this is really, um, really unique. So there were two individuals who were actually using this vehicle. I feel this was owned by the Divine Masculine and he may have trusted the karmic person, but I feel like there is some kind of loss in this damage. Like, for example, if the karmic had scratched it up or got into a minor collision or accident and may have hit somebody by mistake, um, or whatever the case may be, um, I feel like the Divine Masculine will not, maybe he doesn't have insurance or something, but it looks like some kind of loss because of something that the karmic did with the Divine Masculine's material possession. Okay? So another thing I see here is that what's coming to mind, I did a previous reading regarding the Divine Masculine car keys. It if you check out my channel, there is a reading there about the karmic taking the divine masculine's car keys. I feel like it's very connected to this reading. This could be something that the karmic has done in the past, where she may have taken the divine masculine's car for a ride. They are using the same vehicle. They may be living under the same roof. I feel like this divine masculine, he's not quite aware of what's happening. Um, I feel like he needs to protect the things that he worked hard for, like his belongings, his car. Um, Another thing I can see here is that this is whatever this thing is. The karmic, when she scratched up this divine masculine's car, or maybe it got hit or something like that. Um, this is going to weigh very heavy on the divine masculine. So it looks like he's going to maybe have some kind of financial loss because of it, because he may not have insurance on his car. So he may need to repair it or something. So what I see here is that up ahead, this divine masculine is going to have to kind of like, he's going to be getting another vehicle, another car, um, because whatever damage is done to his current um, car is going to, I don't think he will be able to drive it. So it looks like there's an older car that will be um, driven by the divine masculine. I feel like he can't afford something for whatever reason. It could be because he doesn't have any kind of insurance over that. And I feel like the karmic may have been one of the reasons why he didn't get it, because I feel the karmic may have made certain decisions in divine masculine's life, whether it be his car, whether it be his home, whether it be his job. This karmic person had a lot to do with even like decisions that the divine masculine should have made on his own, was made by this karmic individual. Another thing I can see here is that this karmic, when it comes to the home life, I feel like these two are living together. They may be under the same roof. That may be another reason why they're using the same vehicle. Um, there is no there's no peace within their home life. I see that there's jealousy here from the karmic partner's end. The karmic brings people over to the divine masculine's home when the divine masculine's unaware. um I see a gathering of individuals brought in by the karmic person. um I feel like this karmic, when she's in front of divine masculine, she tries to put on a persona. Like she tries to make herself appear very feminine, like feminine energy, like. But there's hidden agenda in this reading. Um, they are not what they appear to be. There's a heaviness. There's something having to do with tying down the divine masculine in their way of living. I see here that the divine masculine is going to be very stressful regarding whatever the situation is with the karmic. I feel like he has to do a lot of runaround. There's a lot of things having to do with um, it's like not routines, but a lot of tasks. I feel like the karmic has added more to the divine masculine's plate. So it's like when the divine masculine, say if the divine masculine is very tight on money, right? Say if he doesn't have a job, or he doesn't have finances, he's not able to save, he's not good with budgeting, or whatever the case may be. I feel like divine masculine is taking small steps to get his life in order, and everything that he's working on, he has a certain goal in mind. Like, I feel like he may be trying to budget and save some money for this and this, and then whatever extra money he may have, whatever little amount of money that he may have, either he may give it to Karmic, or he may use it towards like, it's kind of like extra money that he may need for like a rainy day, like for something that's important. So when this thing happened with the divine masculine's vehicle, say if the divine masculine did not have insurance or whatever the case may be, he may have he may have thought of using some of that savings that he was holding on to. I feel like it's kind of like an emergency um, savings that he has. Like, that's why he's doing this budgeting. But it's going to throw his whole plans. It's going to throw him off balance in terms of his lifestyle. And this karmic doesn't really care, because it's not really her hard-earned money. Um, I feel like she just uses the divine masculine's car. She stays under his roof. I mean, that could also be owned by the house, could also be owned by divine masculine. Who knows if karmic even, contributes in any way, but there is a lot to do with whatever damage is done, whatever, if there is an accident, if there is damage to divine masculine's car, karmic is not going to pay for anything. And divine masculine listening to the karmic, maybe he didn't make the right decisions when it came to saving or insurance or whatever the case may be. But I see here that he's going to have another vehicle, but it's going to be old. But whatever he had, it was something he took a lot of pride in. I mean, like, we're thinking about divine masculine on his bike, right? Like his motorcycle, whatever. But this divine masculine, whoever this resonates for, he loved cars. He loved cars. I feel like he may like new paint job, tinted windows, that kind of thing, who knows. But whatever he had, he took a lot of pride in it. And I feel like this karmic talked him out of getting proper insurance on his vehicle or whatever, because they wanted it their way. And now that if he's in a bind with this accident or damage to his car, karmic is nowhere to be seen. But I feel like right now at this time, divine masculine is unaware that this happened to his car. But up ahead, I see a second vehicle here, but it's old. It's like run down. And I feel like it could be the divine's way of saying that, don't be so prideful on these material things. Like, you need to also be grateful of what you have in life, and take care of the things you work hard for, right? Listen to your own intuition. Don't listen to what karmic has to say in regards to what you worked hard for in your life. But I see here that it is a lesson for divine masculine. Maybe maybe he will get his life together once he realizes what he needs to do. Like, I mean, those are common sense things, right? But I feel like this karmic, it tells him to do the opposite things, and he doesn't even do what he needs to do to protect himself, to make sure that, you know, and it's not just his car, it could be any aspects of his life that he needs to have some kind of protection, or backup plan, or something that will be helpful for him, rather than, helping the divine masculine. I feel like this karmic has poked a hole in this divine masculine's pocket, and whatever he's trying to save is just falling out because he's not getting what he needs to get, you know? I mean, if he had insurance on his car, then he would have received what he needed to receive, right? But I feel like he's going to have a lot of loss if he doesn't get his act together. He needs to plan out well. He needs to, think about his finances, think about budgeting, think about planning. This is a divine masculine who kind of like he needs to get his life in order, right? So he's not only going through this kind of mess, like internally, spiritually, but in the physical, the 3D, whatever he did obtain, looks like he needs to see some kind of advisor, I feel like a financial advisor, or there's somebody who's very educated here who has I can see highly educated individual who's in the picture. This is up ahead. This has to do with something that is going to take place with the karmic, between karmic and divine masculine. Um, Somebody with a degree. I feel like divine masculine is trying to gather his strength to carry on with his life, with his next whatever this what when this passes. I feel like he's going to carry on. um he needs to start new. This karmic is trying to cause more imbalances within the divine masculine's life. I feel like it may be on purpose. And one of the reason being, because this is a divine journey, right? We have divine feminine, divine masculine. The soul is aware, right? The soul is aware of the connection between divine masculine and divine feminine. Same with the karmic soul. Karmic soul is aware that divine masculine is starting to evolve, starting to change. And this karmic wants to prevent that change from happening. So they're causing delays, right? So whenever divine masculine I feel like, say if divine masculine wants to try something new, like he wants to invest in something, right? Like say if he has some savings, he wants to invest in some, I don't know, some kind of security plan, or something for his retirement. For example, say if he wants to invest towards his retirement, and this karmic is like, nah, why do you want to do that? Like, you should be doing this, this, and this. But divine masculine has things in mind. He wants to think about, having a plan, what's up ahead. When I'm with divine feminine, down the road, because intuitively he knows that down the road, and spiritually, the soul knows that his home lies within the divine feminine, that up ahead I should be prepared, whether it be for retirement, whether it be for my home life, whether it be, um, you know, have a. I feel like he wants good things in life. He wants a good car. He wants a good home. He wants to have finances. He wants everything in check, in order. And this karmic is trying to prevent this from happening. He wants to be a very successful divine masculine. There's a number of directions this divine masculine is thinking of going in, but he's confused. But he has a lot of plans in mind. I feel like his mind is wandering while he's here. His mind is wandering, like, maybe I should, start a new. I feel like maybe I should start a business, or maybe start a new career, or relocate, something like that. But he wants to have a good, prosperous um successful life. He wants, I feel like he wants to have a lot of money. I feel like he wants to, it's not um it's not like in a materialistic type of way. I feel like before, but um I feel like up ahead it's just for like stability, to be financially secured. Like he wants to um, have a good, well thought off plan, so that when he does connect, I feel like the divine is trying to prepare him in the 3D world, so that when he does connect with the divine feminine, there will not be as much stress, because when they disconnected, there was a lot of blessings that was taken from the divine masculine. But now I feel like the divine is trying to give the divine masculine the blessings that he deserves, and a lot of things that he may have lost in, the divine is trying to give justice. It's like you worked hard, like say if divine masculine worked very hard for his money, and say if karmic said, oh, I want this, this, and this, right, and he splurged on karmic, right, but that rightfully is his hard earned money, right, rather than saving it, he splurged it. But now the divine is like, what you have given to others, that was rightfully yours, and you will be given in like magnitude, like multiplied. So the divine masculine is trying to see things from a different perspective, trying to start a new life for themselves. But whatever this situation is with this vehicle incident, I feel like it could be a car accident. um, because I see damage here having to do with the divine masculine's vehicle. And it was something that he worked very hard. I feel like he's like, no, not my baby, not my car. Like, I feel like if your divine masculine's into cars, like really into, paint, fresh new paint, tinted windows, new headlights, that kind of thing. This is divine masculine who's going to be quite upset when he hears that this karmic, I feel like even if the karmic scratched the car, he would be upset. But I feel like there was some damage done through it. I feel like there was a car accident. This divine masculine, he's going to lose money over it. So most likely he was not insured. He didn't have insurance over his vehicle, unfortunately. So what else? I feel like karmic doesn't really own anything. She just uses divine masculine stuff. Even when it comes to perfume. I don't know, divine showed me perfume bottle, even his perfume, like I feel like she uses everything. I'll pull out some more charms. Yeah, so divine masculine, he's going to be in some sort of bind financially, because of whatever karmic accident that the karmic was in involving the divine masculine's car. um it's going to really put pressure on the divine masculine. I feel like he's going to not only be upset, but it's going to make him feel sick in some sort of way. I feel like because he's really trying to save. I feel like he's trying to save every bit of money he has, and especially during this time, I feel like each penny counts, and this is going to really, I, I feel like he's going to be very stressed out. I see things having to do with being stuck, not having strength. Like, what do I do now? This is what I thought I would be able to do at this time, or this is how much I've saved, or I feel like I think he needs an advisor here, maybe a financial advisor or somebody, because there looks like he's going to have some kind of financial loss here, because um, one of the main reasons is because it's going to start with this vehicle, and then it's going to move into other things too. Oh, I see something here that the Divine Masculine was planning to do something having to do with some sort of training, but he's going to put that on hold because he won't be able to afford it. Another thing is Divine Masculine, he was also planning to save for some sort of trip, and that's going to also be on hold. So two things are going to be on hold because of this accident, car accident. One, it has to do with his wanting to travel somewhere. This is something that the Divine Feminine is unaware of. It has to do with a travel close by wherever Divine Feminine is located. Another thing having to do with wanting to get some sort of training. I feel like he wanted to do some kind of short course, but he's unable to afford it because of this, because he didn't have car insurance on his car. And this karmic, I feel like they messed it up. Because I see damage here. Damage to something that the Divine Masculine really put a lot of work and effort to, a lot of pride, and it has something to do with this car. And I feel like he really fixed that. I feel like he's like, I really fixed this baby up and look what she did. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's take out a few more. Yeah, this is really going to upset the Divine Masculine. He's going to forget who this karmic even is. I feel like he's like, that's it. That's it. She touched my baby. Now she's going to hear it from me. I feel like this karmic is going to try to use some kind of, it feels like she's going to try to act very innocent, or try to make it look like that don't you care about me more, don't you love me more, something like that, sympathy card. She's playing a sympathy here, rather than acknowledging that a mistake was made here, that there was an accident. I feel like she may hide it from the Divine Masculine first and not admit that there was an accident, but he's going to find out though. It has something to do with information that either somebody calls him, or he will receive some kind of written information about what happened between his vehicle and somebody or something else. But the karmic is going to be called out on it like right away. As soon as Divine Masculine's off the phone with whoever it is, I feel like he's off the phone with his insurance. He may find out that he doesn't have collision insurance or something. That's when he's going to confront this karmic. I feel like this karmic, she did cause some scratches. She did do some things before in the past, but she hid it. If you see my previous video on Divine Masculine's keys, I feel like the karmic used to take Divine Masculine's keys a lot, like go for a quick ride. If Divine Masculine was with somebody, or like out with friends or whatever the case may be, this karmic used to do stuff like this before, but this time she's gonna get caught because of the car accident. Okay, so this was a unique reading. Looks like there's some things going on here. If you like my readings, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you all for watching, and have a great day, and remember to like. Take care. Bye.